The author of The Dollar Compass, and this is my introduction to the book. So what is the book about? The Dollar Compass is the second novel in the saga of Henrik Bertelsen, a baby boomer swept along by the wave of prosperity and globalization that transformed Denmark and many other countries after the Second World War. It's a story about how ambition, ideals, and reality collide, and how the choices we make define who we become. The year is 1985. The world is changing fast. Gorbachev rises to power in the Soviet Union and opens the door to glasnost and perestroika. Across the Atlantic, the US begins to ease its grip on trade restrictions with the East. In this shifting landscape, Henrik Bertelsen, a global top salesman for the American tech giant Control Data, is sent to Moscow to explore a daring idea: selling supercomputers to the Soviet Union's energy sector. But what looks like a commercial opportunity soon becomes a moral minefield. Henrik finds himself navigating communist bureaucracy, corporate greed, and Cold War politics, while his own company teeters on the brink of collapse. As Control Data struggles for survival, the Soviet deal becomes its potential lifeline. Yet, powerful forces on both sides are determined to stop it. Amid chaos and pressure, Henrik faces a choice that could change his life forever. Torn between richness, loyalty, ambition, and integrity. And with a growing family and a passion for rock music pulling him in another direction, he must ask himself, what truly matters most? Is the book an autobiography? Not exactly, but it feels like one. The Dollar Compass belongs to the autofiction, a genre blending real experience with imagination. The events, people, and places may be inspired by reality, but they form a fictional narrative that explores how history and personal destiny intertwine. Everything in the book could have happened, yet it is not a documentary. It is a vivid, historical, accurate world where fictional characters move through real moments in time. Why did I write the book? Because I had stories that demanded to be told. In Tumult in Mecca, Henrik faced the contrast between religion, culture, and politics in Saudi Arabia. In The Dollar Compass, he meets a new challenge: the moral tension between the American business world and the Soviet system, and how a Dane's ethical compass holds up between the two. I wanted to create a thrilling story with substance, a novel that entertains while exploring values, society, and the idea of the good life. The book is also my personal tribute to Denmark, a country whose social model, education system, and culture have profoundly shaped me. It's not perfect, but it has given me, and Henrik, a strong foundation of trust, equality, and fairness that stand in stark contrast to both Soviet control and unhinged American capitalism. So what will you get out of reading the book? About all, an engaging, intelligent story set in one of the most dramatic periods of modern history. You'll revisit, or maybe discover, the 1980s, a time of shifting alliances, political thaw, and personal transformation. And through Henrik's eyes, you'll explore what it means to balance career, family, integrity, and adventure. Even as billions are at stake, Henrik's driving forces are not money and fame. They are curiosity, passion, and the relationships that give life meaning. He learns early on that happiness depends less on what we own and more on how we live, who we trust, and what we dare to risk. Henrik is a survivor, a cog that always rises to the surface no matter how deep he's pushed under. Who should read this book? If you enjoy Ken Follett and Jan Guillou, you'll feel right at home in the Dollar Compass. Readers who appreciate autobiographical fiction, Nordic realism, and Cold War intrigue will find both entertainment and reflection here. Where can you get it? The Dollar Compass will be released on May 1st, 2026. It will be available everywhere, in bookstores, online, as paperback, ebook and audiobook. And who knows, it might even be waiting for you at your local library. So, settle in for a few captivating hours with Henrik Bertelsen as he faces his most difficult challenge yet. A fight between East and West, business and ethics, and the choices that shape a lifetime.